What's going on, everybody? We are back again, like I just said, with another little weathering job I did here. So I'm also working on a 150 scale loader, but that one's taking me a little bit longer and I've kind of lost a little interest in it. So I jumped to one of the 164 scale ones. So this is the 164 scale Diecast Masters Cat 950M wheel loader. This is I guess it would be the first edition one that does not have the locking and unlocking front loader part. You know, where you can change it and put forks or the grapples on or whatever you there. This one's just straight stationary metal. So this was the one that I decided that I wanted to customize because it'd be a little bit harder to do the rust effects on the plastic one. But we'll try that at another date. So this one here, I did just some simple rust effects, just to make it look like maybe, it may be a year or two old or been doing a lot of work over the last few months here. So I ended up taking my panel liners and my black washes that you see right here, and coating different parts of the model, like down underneath here you can see the different little effects there and stuff up the stairs and in the little cracks and crevices there. And then I also did the wheel details there, so I went around each rim and then just black washed everything on all four sides. The other thing that I did, and I'll try and catch it in the light here and I will zoom in slowly, is I did effects on the tires. So I went and I took the shine out because, as we know, heavy equipment doesn't have shine. So I took P80, and what else did we do here? I'm just digging in for it. And P220 grit sandpaper, I'll show you guys here. Took these little pieces and then some lighter stuff, like 300 grit or whatever it is, other sandpaper, and just roughed up the tires and around the edges and inside the inner walls of the tire, and just kind of made it look all weathered and affected there. So there you go. If I tilt it a little bit more, you can kind of see all the weathered effects. Did a little chip mark on one of the tires as well. You can see more of the black wash in there at the articulation points as well, and black lining along the edges there. Very simple, a little bit of black wash and brown wash up at the top of the ladders there. Didn't touch the roof or exhaust area. We went around all the rivets. Didn't do any dings or anything on the bumper here because this driver was experienced, so we just did a little bit of washes there. The key that I found with doing equipment and other weathering aspects was that not each side is the same, that rust and different black areas are different all the time, so each side varies. So that's very key that I found to do, making sure that not everything is like identical like that you see on some precasted models or dusted models kind of thing. So the wheels and everything, they're all the same. We did sanding and black washes there. You can see the thing that I spent the most detail on, that I absolutely am in love with, that I used the weathering powder, orange rust, and a little bit of the silver rust, is the bucket details. I'll zoom in here. So I use that Dremel tool and my little Dremel, we were using this tool here, and we were just sanding the sides there just to imitate, it hitting the side of rock piles and that kind of thing there. So there we go. So as you can see, towards the top, we have a little bit more black, and towards the bottom, we don't really have so much black, and we have some rusting and, a little blacked out areas and areas where dirt might have accumulated over the time. And then we got areas on the top of the bucket as well where, dirt or rock went and hit and chipped the paint and sitting outside in the elements, rusting away over time. So that worked out really well. Obviously, you got to scrape the bottom of the bucket as well there, so you can see the different scrape areas and areas that may or may not still be black on the bucket. And then we curled up the edges as well of the bucket a little bit. Not to rust out the whole bucket for this effect on this one, but just a little bit. The inside of the bucket, we went into a little bit more detail there. It's pretty dark, but I'll try and show it off as best as possible. We'll get it in the light there. There we go. So we got light rust and orange rust and dark rust and German black brown in there, all coated and stuff. So I sanded what I could with my Dremel tool with the bucket and made streaks and everything in it so that when I put the rust effects in there that it looks like it was loading and unloading dirt out of the bucket. So that was the key point. And then going over the roughed edges that always get worn, you know, going over them with the silver pigment wax there, and then, you know, coating different areas in the orange as well. The other thing that I did was I took the black wash here and my paintbrush and I puddled a little bit of this black wash in there to symbolize. You can probably see it. I'll put the bucket down a little bit more. Grab my handy dandy pencil. So right in this little area here, you can kind of see that there's black wash mark, and it's kind of what I did was I tried to resemble, you know, water or mud or something that was just sitting there over time. Maybe the loader was out in the rain and the water just accumulated there and just made that little bit of a watermark. So that's just to resemble a watermark inside the bucket. Nothing too crazy, you know. I didn't want to, like I said, rust this thing out to make it look totally rusted, but a little bit well used. The rest of the model underneath and the different piston points and everything like that, we just did simple black washes there, a little bit of silver detail, not so much rusting in those effects there. You know, you can kind of see underneath here in the piston, you know, we just did black washes and stuff. We didn't cover the whole thing in black wash either, like we did that excavator that I showed you in the video before. But this one, just a little bit of rust. A little bit of rust is all you need to really make a model pop and the realism effect happens. So I'm super excited with this one and how it turned out. I can't wait to see what else Diecast Masters comes out with in 1/64 scale. Maybe some 924s or some bigger ones or more medium scaled ones. We'll see. Maybe I'll have to play with the Bobcats that I have, or the Cat mini guys or something. We'll see what's up next. But anyways, thank you for checking out my loader video. This is my one that I just finished there, October 4th or 5th of this year. So now with all these videos, we have finally caught up to now, where I'm working on some more models. So when I have some more time, I'll film them. But hopefully that kind of gives you guys an idea on the different things that I use and how I do it. You know, doing the little makeup brushes and stuff like that as well. You know, you got Q-tips. I got these little dental brushes off of Amazon. So these little guys here, they're like super thin and effective. And you can just go boop, 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 and have little splotches or whatever you'd like on there as well. So makeup brushes, there's makeup sponges that you can just go crazy with your weathering. So hopefully my little tips and tricks that I've done here will help you guys in the aspect of maybe trying to do it yourself or a little bit of a follow along there. If I can, if it's not too long of a video, I'll try and do a step-by-step, because at this time, it's actually drying right now because I just painted a whole bunch of crap on it, is the D6 bulldozer the Diecast Masters did in 1/64 scale. I bought one at a show in Red Deer this year, so I decided we're going to weather it. We're going to scrape it all up and make that one look well used, and I'm going to do some rust and mud in the tracks of that one and get it looking like an actual bulldozer out in the field. So anyways, we'll see you guys on that video. Take care. Have a good Thanksgiving weekend here if you're from Canada, because we're coming up on the Thanksgiving long weekend here. So thanks for checking out all my videos, guys. Take care. See you on the next one.